Good morning. Welcome to the Asphalt Nation. Got your host Tim Smith and Chris Bishop. Chris is remote in a faraway state working, and today we're going to talk about the power of community and the importance of mentorship. So, how you doing this morning, Chris?
Good, good. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on. It's great always seeing you and talking to you and your wealth of knowledge. I appreciate
You
everything
betcha.
you do.
Busy morning, that's for sure on the job site.
Yeah. So, what are you doing today?
So we are out of state and we're doing a mill and then we're resurfacing it. We'll be repaving it. And then after that, we'll be line striping those large sections.
Okay. Now, do you do those yourself or do you get somebody you subcontract?
So this particular this job site is subcontracting.
Okay.
So we kind of brokered it out kind of.
Yeah. It's a way to do it. I mean, it takes a little bit more pressure off of you as far as making sure you have the crews there to do it. So that's awesome. And
Yes, we are teamed up with some of the best, I would say, that's helping us on this particular project.
great. And if you need to break away at all, just let me know and I'll continue on. So today,
Hopefully not, but if so, yes.
yeah, it happens. It's the life of a business owner. I mean, our jobs never stop. It's 24/7. And for people think that it's just a weekend thing or even doing it weekends is a weekend warrior doing it, you're still getting calls all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, today I'd like to talk about the power of community. We have our community, it's the Business Growth Pros, and it's growing more and more every day. When you started, did you have a community like that, or were you just basically by yourself trying to figure this out?
Great question. A lot of it, I had a little bit of history working for a former employer. Um, and then I kind of went off and did my own thing. But as the community thing, I did not have what we have today. I'm very grateful for what you and Chip have created with the community and the learning. I think if I would have had that 7, 8 years ago, I would have progressed a lot further on in the business aspects, most definitely. And even with a coach, I'd be like, sign me up today. If
Mhm.
I was starting the industry with a business coach, I would hire a business coach to work with me from, um, even though I've done a lot of my stuff like website designs and all our stuff, but it would have been nice to hire, or not even a hire, but well, I guess you could say hire a business coach to help from Google, Google page to everything else. I would say it would just help so much, cutting so much down, uh, just making so much things so much easier from
Mhm.
website design and everything, a business coach.
Yeah. Yeah, there's different types of business coaches. I mean, you have ones that are like really good with application out in the field doing those things. And I know you and Chip excel at that. Um, I know a lot, but I have learned a lot from you both. And I think my background more is the behind the scenes systems and things like that. So as a team, the three of us, we work really well together because we all have different strengths and we feed off each other, and it helps a lot. And the nice thing with our community is we started, it's a free community to be in, and it gives access to, I think we have over 300 and some people in that community. And the nice thing is they're helping each other. So it's not really involving us every day. I mean, we chime in here and there, but it's nice because it gives a good place where people can go learn things, not have to be worried about anybody selling anything to them. It's just a community and they go in. I know one thing I see in other groups, and I'll never mention any groups' names, but it's some of the, like the line striping groups and stuff like that. And even the seal coating groups, people will ask questions like, what's my price? Or, what should I price this job out at? And the comments you get in there is just ridiculous. I mean, the people that are commenting negatively, you got to remember that they had to start somewhere as well. They didn't understand the pricing. So I mean, I just that bothers me because somebody being there say, "Hey, what's my price of this?" Oh, you shouldn't be in this business if you don't know the price. But they got to start somewhere. Help them out. Give them some guidance. If you don't want to be positive, just don't tell them anything. Just don't even comment. But the right thing to do is explain to them how to get to their pricing. Breaking it down. Job costs, different things like that, and just help guys out. I mean, that's what we're put on this planet for, is to help each other. So the community
Right,
is huge.
right, absolutely. That's I've never liked that peer pressure of being pushed in some groups. Um or sometimes everyone has their opinion. Um Not everyone's right, not everyone's wrong, but everyone has, I would say, a valid point.
Hmm.
And everyone's pricing is different. Example is for seal coating or materials or what or line striping for us, a lot of our stuff's in-house. So my prices are a little bit lower than I was maybe 3 years ago because I had to go to a distributor.
Hmm.
So my prices were a little bit higher to compensate the difference that I had to, I guess you could say, recoup for my profit margin. And then as you get bigger as well, um, and insurance, there's so maintenance of vehicles, how many trucks, it just adds up and adds up. And that's where a lot of people need to understand, just because somebody says, hey, I'm 18 cents or I'm 22 cents or I'm 25 cents,
Hmm.
there's a huge difference. One coat, two coats, how much crack fill, the asphalt, what's the condition of the asphalt? Um, is there a lot of edging or trimming, whichever way? Certain individuals have different terminology on that.
Hmm.
Is there a lot of concrete? You got to factor all those debris, cleaning debris, prepping. Prepping's one of the most important things when you're seal coating.
Yeah.
So it varies. It varies, and that's where you kind of get those tits or tats of who's right, who's wrong, and it's you know the ones that prevail explain that pricing is different and it's going to vary.
Hmm. Now, we also host a Zoom meeting every Thursday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. What benefits do you see with having a Zoom meeting with peers that are, equals in the business? They're all business owners. What benefits do you think that brings?
I like just the comfort. Is comfort ality a word?
Yep.
But the comfort of just talking to your other brothers or sisters in the industry, and I got a question or something and I'm second guessing myself, I can be like, hey Chip, hey Tim, I got a question. Hear
Hmm.
me out. Explain what's your 2 cents, what's your thoughts? And just the brotherhood, sisterhood of it. Um, Everyone's there for each other. And you're always learning. I'm
Hmm.
always learning. I'll always say that. And sometimes in these weekly meetings that you guys host, it's great to be part of.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy it. It's a good atmosphere. It's a good way to bounce ideas off and fine tune our skills as well as the other people in the group. They're refining their skills. They're learning new techniques. I mean, we had a big thing on attentive AI the other week, and that's helped at least 4 people that I know that were in that group that signed up for that, that now don't have to go out and measure every single line, don't have to go out and do all that. They can, and the nice thing with that is I had a hotel that I'm working on locally, and we did their parking lot about a year and a half ago. And they said, "Oh, it failed and this and that." So I was able to pull it up on Attentive and look at an image from February of this year that is high definition, and I could see exactly where the problems were. So I printed that out, took that along when I met with the customer yesterday, and explained that it was the heavy drive areas and where everybody's turning. So just learning these different tricks and tools or not tricks, tips and tools, uh, it helps us refine our skills. I mean, this customer could potentially been an upset customer that turned around to be a customer that we got another seal coating job with, and we're putting him on a 10-year contract for a maintenance program. And that was something I learned in a group as far as about a 10 of AI. And to being in those groups and that part of that community, you learn so much that can help you. The and we do talk about some great topics in there. There's a group chat, but it just allows people to get together. And I knew when I started, I had really nobody. I found stuff on YouTube. And I'm going to do a little plug here. Seal coating is life. That's how I learned how to seal coat doing residential work. I was watching his videos, watching Gregory go through all the steps and doing the work. And so, but there was no community at that point. I mean, you had the different groups, but again, there were a lot of negative people in those groups, not wanting to help new people out.
Right. And yeah, that's, and with the groups we've opened and you guys have opened, we really watch that. We want positivity, and um we're here as a team, and that's all we want, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Learning from each other is so important. Uh, what other insight do you have as far as new people getting in, or even people that have been in the industry for I mean, 10, 12 years that are still struggling? I mean, I know of people that are out there. Uh, I had a friend of mine that used to do some subcontracting locally here. He was in the business almost 20 years, and the most he ever did in one year was $200,000 in one year. And that was a year that I subcontracted some commercial work to him. So he struggled. Um, what advice do you think you could give for people that are struggling like that?
A lot of people, man, that's uh
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot here.
probably, I'll
It's
probably
been
I'll
rehearsed.
probably yeah, I'll probably jump around here.
Yeah.
One thing is, when I started, I thought I needed the king of the king. I needed the best of the best, the top of the line of the top of the line. And what I realized is I grew up our empire on just a 5 gallon bucket, a hand blower, and a squeegee, which we use natural fiber brushes now. But like, some people don't have that 15 to $40,000 to start off the bat. You know, start small, start simple, one job at a time. Take your profit, put it in the put it aside, and then reinvest in your business. Um, and grow every year. Don't shoot for seal coating and then next year I want to do paving. That
Mhm.
It's not realistic. It truly isn't. How we expanded is all of a sudden I was turning away jobs, commercial jobs, because I couldn't do asphalt repair. Um, with paving and everything we do now, we have a great network of subcontractors. We're in 5 states. Precision Asphalt Sealers is in 5 states. Never would have thought of that, but starting with those relationships and kind of opening up another division of your company, as now we have an asphalt division, obviously, line striping's in-house, or we do sub it out. Um, there's another local contractor we work with. When if we're too booked up or we're too busy, we can be like, hey Sam, can you guys get this? Yeah, absolutely. You know, those relationships are key and vital.
Mhm.
Always reach out to, I don't think they're competitors because we're a team. Um, and just reach out to them, say, can I come into the shop, introduce myself, you know, just make sure they're a reputable contractor, do your homework, vent them out, and make them like a preferred contractor. With a lot of management companies, organizations now, we're a preferred contractor. And once you get to that preferred contractor, you're most likely going to be hired before unvented um, contractor. Um, do a lot of homework.
Mhm.
Um, and like the other thing is too, I would always suggest is when I wanted to get into paving or whatever I wanted to get into, what's awesome with this group or other groups is that's where you keep them in the back pocket, I always say, because I've gone out of state and pretty much job shadowed those other buddies of mine, those other contractors to see like, is this something we want to do?
Mhm.
To kind of seek it out and learn one on one. And I appreciate, and that's the brotherhood, sisterhood of what is going on with these groups.
Yeah, it is. The one of the key points that I took from your answers and stuff there was you can get started in this business realistically for a few $100. I mean, you go out and get a blower, a metal broom, and a brush or squeegee, whichever you prefer, and then just get some buckets of sealer and you can get started. And you can do a home driveway and make 200 or 300 bucks just off that one home driveway, and then save that money and then do another home driveway. There's another 200 or 300. I mean, you can do realistically a 2 or 3 car driveway. You could do by hand 6 of those on a Saturday easily and make 1,200 bucks, and then just reinvest that money back in and just keep doing that every weekend until you get your money built up to be able to afford to buy a seal rig or new or used, and just keep on building your business that way and do it on the weekends until you can get to a point where you can go to that full time.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. And then it's nice because you have a community of guys that can help you learn the different techniques and learn different business strategies to be able to go in and start making some money, regardless of your situation. As long as you have a truck, you're good. If you have a truck, you're golden.
Right. And just back up a little, like even like when I started, I didn't have a Bobcat in the beginning for asphalt repairs. I didn't have a dump box, like a 7x14 or a 7x20 dump trailer. What I would do is I would rent all my equipment for
Hmm.
those jobs. And I learned very quick, don't do the 4 hours and trying to be cheap. Just rent
Mm-mm.
the equipment for the full day so you're not rushing, or then you're minusing a guy to go return your equipment.
Hmm.
Just rent it for the day, include that in on your estimate. And that was one big thing I learned very quick when I wanted to do rent a Bobcat, rent a dump box trailer, your local hardware store, Home Depot or Ace Hardware or Flea Farm. If they
Hmm.
got a saw for the pavement, rent it,
Hmm.
load up the whole trailer in the morning and get to that job site. And then, so that was another way I could kind of expand that little division growing in our business as a
Yeah.
newer individual in the industry.
Yeah, we when we did the majority of our own work without subcontracting, I would go to like Home Depot and rent a walk behind saw, concrete saw,
Yep.
and but I would plan it out that I had a couple jobs that day that I could go cut. So we would go cut those jobs, get that done, and then I would take it around. The crew would be there working. I'd take the saw back, and basically all you do is you rinse that thing off and take it back. That's it, and you don't have to worry about the maintenance on it. I think through Home Depot it was like $160 for the day, and I'd go to 2 or 3 different job sites and do the cuts and just take it back, and then I'm good for until we didn't need them again, and then try to schedule them around the same time as well.
Right. Absolutely. That's like a little off topic,
Hmm.
but like if you got like a roller for your yard, some guys will rent a roller, and what I did is I'd call up the local rental company in the area, and I would rent out like the roller
Hmm.
to roll lawns in spring, and I would rent it out for like a week or two, but I would have like 50 to 60, yard salon, take advantage of, like you're saying, clustering everything in to make every penny go tenfold.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I see in the springtime, like Jake Burroff has Burroff Outdoors. He's in Chicago. He does a lot of lawns. I seen some videos of him doing lawns this week or last week, I guess it was. And so yeah, there I mean, there's money to be made out there doing pretty much anything in this industry. You just got to think about it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. The so with the mentoring and coaching, uh going into this business over the past couple of years, have you had any mentors that you used that, that worked with you, or were you pretty much on your own learning a lot of
Wow, man, that's
it?
a
It is.
list that I'll probably forget several people. For mentors, I would say everybody in our back pocket. I always say we're a team. Precision without from our accountant, from the attorney doing contract, from the guys we work in the industry, Jake Abernathy, Dr. Asphalt in Madison,
Mhm.
Wisconsin, a whole bunch of other contractors. Sam, Seven Hills Line Striping out of Madison, Wisconsin. Without everybody and team members, there wouldn't be the team we have today, which is Precision Asphalt Sears, and always keep those. And like I said, there's so many other contractors
Mhm.
and individuals I'd like to, Tim, Chip, say I'll forget everybody, but um, that's the power that we have, and that's just the team that everyone needs to have.
Mhm. Yeah, I've learned a lot from you and Chip, and we had some other ones that we share mutually. Marvin Joels. When I first started, I didn't even have
Yeah,
my
Marvin.
seal rig.
Yes,
I didn't even have
yes.
my seal rig built, and I'm messaging this guy, and I'm like, "Hey, got some questions." And man, he was on top of it. He helped me out. Scott Morris. I had some plumbing questions when I was building my tank, and I mean, he was very helpful. So I mean, there is a good group of guys out there um, in this industry that are willing to help people. You just got to find them. You got to find that good group and stay away from the ones that are negative. If they're not growing, there's a reason why. And I mean, it could be they just had some bad decisions, but they may have the knowledge.
I and I think most importantly, they don't have your back.
Mhm. Yeah, ones that are not yeah, the ones that are negative and not positive, yeah, there's a hidden agenda with a lot of people that way. Fortunately, you and I were able to find some good people in our journey, and
Right.
so I think it's been good.
And in our network, if we don't have that answer, we can't help you. Someone in our network can absolutely help anybody else. I truly believe that.
Yeah. All right, before we go, do you have any words of wisdom for anybody today?
Set realistic goals. Whatever you're gonna do, set realistic goals so you can accomplish those goals to get to achieve what you want to achieve. And we're all here for everybody. Literally, all you gotta do is message any of us, Tim, Chip, or myself, and we'll get back to you. And just continue the brotherly and sisterly community and be real and just support each other.
Exactly. Yeah, don't forget to like and share, follow, subscribe. We definitely want to grow more and more. The meeting tomorrow night is again, it's on if you're joining Business Code or Business Growth Pros, and then the link will be in there for tomorrow night's meeting, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Some of the topics tomorrow is going to be on goal setting, and I made up a nice sheet that I want to share out to the group that gives you a place to, basically put your name on, date, write your goals out, how you want to obtain those goals, and how what you're going to do weekly to work on getting those goals and making them, realistic, smart goals. So I look forward to seeing everybody on here next week. I hope to see some of you guys tomorrow night. And thanks for tuning in. And again, please follow and share. And Chris, you have an amazing day.
You as well. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you and have a blessed day,
Yes, sir.
everyone.
You too.
Bye.
See ya.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.